Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time. I say this every single week on every webinar and podcast, but it means so much to me. And even more important, it should mean so much to yourself, right? Because you're here trying to learn, trying to better yourself, your business, your family, right? At the end of the day, it's all about what you bring in, what you can learn, what nuggets you walk away with, and what you can use in your everyday practice. So I want to make sure, number one, that you know how much I appreciate you taking the time, and more important, that you write down these strategies, these nuggets, so you can use this in your everyday practice. Okay, here we are towards the end of the year. I mean, Christmas is around the corner. We're in the middle of Hanukkah, and New Year's is coming. And we have 2024 that's literally 2.5 weeks away. So we have to make sure, and when I say we, I'm talking about you, talking about us, I'm talking about Jason from the carrier's perspective, that we have a new plan in place, that we have a new strategy, right? We have a new map program is what I like to call it, right? So I know what is the goal for the new year. How far have we come in the last 12 months, the last 24 months? And is my foot on the gas? Am I doing everything that we're talking about, right? Does the action plan meet the words that come out of your mouth? That's number one. So what I wanted to do is share a few things that we're doing here at the Levinson home office for our agents, right, at the end of the year and then coming out of 2024 and January 1st, and what you all should be doing and thinking about for the new year, right? And if you want to use all of these ideas, bullets, great. If you want to use one, that's great too. And if you don't use any and you love Jason's new sales idea that he's going to talk about, that's fine too. At the end of the day, it's about the nuggets, like I always say. So write down notes, questions, comments, feedback. We want to hear from every single person. You have that Q&A pane that you can expand or minimize. So make sure you type away. And what we're going to do is, as soon as Jason is done speaking, we're going to open it up live, okay? And we'll be able to fire away these questions at Jason, and he'll provide the answers, okay? And then everybody else, if it has anything to do with Levinson, we will get back to you as soon as we wrap up today's webinar. Now, if you are watching this at a later date, this is live right now, but if you're watching this over the weekend or next week on your holiday break, whatever it is, just call in when we're back open on Monday morning, and we will get any questions answered. We'll get you contracting, anything you need to get started. If you are listening right now live, you will have an email before we wrap up today sitting in your inbox with everything that we're going over today: brochures, contracting. We have some new technology that we're going to talk about, new products, carriers. So some really, really great stuff that's unique that we have not spoken about before. So this is going to be a great one. What we're also going to do is at the end of the webinar, so right before 4 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to ask a question that has to do with the slides. Whoever answers first and correctly wins. Okay, typically we do the Fire tablet, some prospecting books. Today, because it's the holiday season, I'm giving away an Apple iWatch. Okay, I have one sitting right here, fresh, wrapped in the box, and whoever stays on till the end, answers our question correctly, we will announce your name and we'll mail this out as long as you're an active agent. What does that mean? There's some confusion with active agent. All it means is you have to be appointed with at least one company with Levinson and Associates. That's it. Very simple. No premium requirement. You don't have to write a $10 million IUL to get your foot in the door. You just have to be active. It's very simple. Okay? All right, so what are we talking about today? So today we have one of our core carriers on with us, Columbus Life, a WRL company, which is one of the biggest insurance companies in the world, believe it or not. Okay, and what's so exciting is Columbus Life, Gerber Life, and Lafayette Life are all co-sponsoring our Levinson Expo in 2024. Okay, so you will get a chance to see Jason live at the expo, and you'll see his presentation live. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have an agent roundtable. We're going to do a keynote. We're going to have a bunch of giveaways, cash giveaways, you name it, dinner, lunch, breakfast. It's going to be just an unbelievable event, and that is April 12th. So 11th and 12th, the dinner is the night before for the out-of-town agents. But I want to make sure you register. So we're going to go over a slide that talks about it. But make sure when you are done today, you register immediately because we are capped at 300 agents. So getting back to my feature presentation today, it's important for you to know that, yes, we are on here every week live. We have our podcast, training webinars, annuity webinars, and we're talking about a lot of different companies. Okay. And I don't want you to think for a second that we just take on a company to take on a company and have a Burger King and McDonald's on the same corner. Every carrier represents a strength in their space of the market. Okay. So they have a niche that no one else has. And just keep that in mind. You need to know, bottom line, when you call in and speak to one of our marketers, that we are giving you the best solution for that consumer, period. Okay? Best carrier and best product solution for that consumer. So when you go present, you can feel comfortable saying, Bob, Shirley, this is the best option for you, period. Okay? That's why we have over 90 companies. Okay? And I think that should answer your question. We have to be the best, the strongest when it comes to IUL, whole life, UL, DI, CI, supplemental products, annuities, all across the board, everything except variable. Okay. So that should sum it up for you. And Columbus fits in perfectly. And here's why I'm going to point out a few of the bullets. I don't want to steal Jason's thunder because he's going to talk about a new sales idea, like I told you, that you're going to love and you can use. Okay. This isn't just some fluff today. But just a few bullets real fast. Top rated carrier, I mentioned that earlier. Financials are second to none, like I said, because they are the largest insurance company in the world. Top rated carrier, term, IUL, GUL space. Now, here's a big one real fast. No exams, and that's true. No exam underwriting up to $1 million with living benefits. Okay, that's a big plus, as we know. Their GUL, second to none, which you're going to hear about. The 3-table shave program is awesome, and that's real. Okay, there are a handful of other companies. What they do is your table 2 happens to fall into a table 4. Okay, and then you come over here and you get a real standard rating, which is half the premium. So I love the shave program. The survivorship IUL is another niche that I'll let Jason talk about. The external conversion program, that's a big deal. Companies used to have this years and years back. There's only a handful left. So Columbus, again, has a great external conversion program that we'll touch on as well. We're also going to talk about some of the new additions here at Levinson, including a straight up guaranteed issue product from a real rated company. Okay. Issue ages 0 to 85. So we're launching that carrier and there's 2 products, first week of January. Also, everything done through IGO on our website, so that makes everything very simple. And then we have our scorecard now, which allows you to go and think of a report card when you were a kid, right? We have the same thing when it comes to your applications, your insurance business. You can go in anytime, 24/7, updated in real-time fashion. All of your cases are in one spot. And then if you have a downline, same thing goes for them, which gives you a bird's eye view on your own production and then your downline agent's production as well. Last but not least, Columbus is also a SAGE scholarship approved company. So we now have 12 carriers that are approved, and that's very simple. Okay, you sell a policy and they get up to 1 year free scholarship. We have over 437 colleges in the program now all over the U.S., and that's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. If you're an active Levinson agent with Columbus, you get full free access to the platform. It's that simple. Let's dive in to the first slide. So what I want to do next is talk about you, our agent. So I know I say this all the time, but I mean it. We would not be here if it wasn't for you. Okay, when we get an application in, I don't care how it comes here. Okay, fax, snail mail, through IGO, through the carrier portal, doesn't make a difference. You make our day. That's what we're here for. You are the first thing we do when we train employees, new employees, is we have to teach them on how every phone call is like someone walking in through the front door to buy a Snickers off your shelf at a 7-Eleven. Okay, every agent is our customer. We have to value our customer. We have to make sure our service is second to none 99% of the time. And if it's that 1% time it's not great, okay, I want you to pick up the phone and talk to me or Carrie personally, or email me or Carrie. We'll call you right back. Whatever you prefer, because we're going to make it right. And that's our promise to you for 52 years. Okay? Yes, that's older than I am, but Carrie started the business before I was born. Okay? In a nutshell, today, 26 employees over 4 different states here to help our customer, which is you, the agent. No, we don't sell on a retail level. We don't have a call center out back. In fact, that's a conflict of interest. We are here for our agent, just like you should be there for your customer, right? Which is the client consumer. Real fast. That's why I'm so proud of this slide. And obviously, it's holiday season. But real fast, Rich D, top left-hand corner. I'm so thankful for your help on this case, Charisma. You are a gift. Okay? Love to see that. Again, this makes our day. On the bottom, Beth is always exceptional, outstanding service. I love to hear that, Matt. Top right corner, Heidi, which happens to be my sister. Hello, Heidi. Thank you for taking the time to explain things to me today. I don't write life insurance as I probably should, so every time I do it, it seems brand new. I've said this to others. You guys have the best back office that I have dealt with. All of you are knowledgeable, proficient, and you answer the phone. Stephen, I love that. The best part about that comment, to be honest with everyone here, transparent, 100%, the last line there, and you answer the phone. Okay? Most of these IMOs now, the ones that are still left, okay, there's an automated answering service. Hit 4B to get this person and 6-8 to get that person. And then you get an out of office message 50% of the time. That's crazy. How the hell are you supposed to do business when no one's there to talk to you? When you can't get a live human being on the phone, okay? We don't operate like that. And I'll give you a quick example. Josh is out of the office, okay, on a vacation, which he deserves. Guess what? When you can email him right now, or when we hang up this call, he doesn't have an out of office message that pops up. You know what we do? We check his emails and voicemails on the hour and make sure that a live person calls back you, our agent. Okay? That's how much we believe in customer service. So that's a big deal to me. I know I'm ranting a little bit, but it is so important. We would never be here if we didn't think and operate like that. Let's keep moving forward. Enough of my ranting. Our expo, bigger, better than ever. And I am on record saying this right now, today, the 2024 expo will be number one, our largest expo ever. Okay, most content, most nuggets, most giveaways, best presentations, more agents on the roundtable discussion, and I can promise you this, more agents in attendance. And keep this in mind, very important. You will walk away with some great sales ideas, because we already told every presenter there, if they don't have unique sales ideas that they haven't spoken about before, you're not welcome at this year's expo, period. Because I don't need to hear about the company's financials and how they've never been in a better position and how they're rated A plus 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 from 18 different individual rating companies. No, we need sales ideas we can use out in the field, period. Okay? So make sure April 11th is the dinner for the out of town agents. April 12th is the big day. And you can qualify for a free night or 2 free nights, round trip airfare on the bottom. You can combine life, annuity, LTC, DI, premium, Okay, but make sure you are there. Even if you're brand new, you've never written an app, it's free. Okay, free. So make sure you sign up now, register in today's link. Let's keep moving along. Okay, real fast, our life and annuity leader. So we send this out every other week now. This is very, very important because remember I spoke about the 90 companies on the life side, the annuity side. Things are changing literally every day between all these carriers and products, right? You need to have your finger on the pulse. Why? Because when your client says to you, Bill, why didn't you tell me about this 5-year annuity that pays 6.2%? Okay. Or, hey, I didn't know Columbus had a shave program and I'm sitting here quoting table 3. You need to know what's going on. You need to know this product is discontinued, like Haven Term Life is gone. Okay. You need to know that a carrier just had the new lab lift program lifted, like top right corner, Banner Life. Okay. Up to 4 million term, no labs. That's a big deal. Banner is also on Insure Me Now Direct now. Okay, that's huge. Manhattan Life on Insure Me Now Direct. Okay, which will be rolled out this month. Okay, like I said, we're only a couple weeks away from the end of the year. So you're going to see Manhattan Life on the platform. We got big stuff coming. It is exciting, and it's not just words because you're seeing the proof in the pudding. Let's keep moving forward. What I wanted to do here was just show everyone quickly, yes, I think literally every carrier right now has some kind of incentive or bonus or something going on for the holidays, okay, which by the way will be on our website under incentives. But above and beyond that, what we're doing is we're saying, hey, Insure Me Now Direct is so easy now. There's so many great products and carriers now. I know if you, the agent, write your first app on the platform, it could even be for you. Doesn't matter. Okay? Spouse, family member, or it's a client, whatever it is. I know how simple the process is on your smartphone, tablet, if you do it through a GoToWebinar, a Zoom call, I don't care. First app, we're giving you $100 cash. Okay? Any product on the platform, $100 cash and full renewals, full first year comp, okay, and your agent of record, which is the most important part. It is the only multi-carrier, multi-product, direct-to-consumer platform that's free for agents to use today in this country, period. Nothing else exists with multiple carriers and products, okay? Is it a big deal? Yes. So $100, $250, and then $500 at the top. Right-hand side, this is our new annuity sales contest that's rolling out January 1, just a few weeks away. Very simple. We are including MIGAs, this incentive, which we typically don't do, but $750,000 or more in MIGA, you qualify. We're also including FIAs, and the gifts are on the bottom there. What we're going to do, it's a little different, is we're going to award these agents and prizes at the Levinson Expo Live. If you're not there, obviously we'll mail it to you, but hopefully we will see you there. And again, we're capped at 300, so get that registration in. I know we're going to be close. I mean, during COVID, we had, 240 agents there. So again, this is going to be a big one. Make sure you register. Let's keep moving forward. This is a big deal. By the way, I'm almost done. I have just a couple minutes, and then I'm going to turn the wheel over to Jason Graham. Real fast, this is our newest carrier. And again, another niche, and here's why. There is no other traditional A-rated life insurance company that has a guaranteed issue product with issue ages 0 to 85. Minimum face 1,000, max 30,000, and products can be combined. No bill chart, no tobacco questions, no script check, no MIB check. Okay? Now, I think we all agree this is a niche that had to be filled, and we're doing exactly that. So we are launching this, like I said, the first week of January. We have a hot list. If you want to be one of the first to get set up, just let any one of our marketers know. We'll add you to the hot list, but this is a huge deal. And you think, I know you're scratching your head saying to yourself, commissions must be horrible, right? If they have all these great bullets here, no, commissions are actually unbelievable. Okay, unbelievable. And we're having conversations today about getting them on Insure Me Now Direct. So you talk about a game changer. This is going to be huge. Anyway, make sure you're on our launch webinar first week of the year. Let's keep moving forward. My last slide here, and then Mr. Graham will take over. So real fast, what I want to talk about here are our niche carriers. When it comes to IUL, UL, GUL, okay, you're going to notice Columbus Life, top left corner. There's a reason why, because they are also approved with the SAGE Scholarship Platform, which is 100% complimentary. Okay. Yes, you're going to see other great carriers and products, but no one on this list has some of the features, especially with underwriting, that Columbus has. And I think Jason's going to touch on that more, but that's the reason. Okay. We wanted to have this webinar today, and that's the reason why we invited Jason to be at our 24 Expo. Let's keep moving forward. We have Mr. Jason Graham, our RVP with Columbus Life, who's also a good friend of mine. He's going to take over from here. Jason?
Yep. Hey, Bill. Thank you so much. First off, thank you everyone for allowing me to be a part of this webinar today. Hope you're all having a great 2023 year for both personal and professional, and really excited about what's going to happen in 2024. For those that have done business with us through Levinson Associates, just want to say thank you very much for that business. You don't know how much it appreciates us, as well as myself here in the region, that you're willing to entrust your business with Columbus Life. And we're having a great year, just as Levinson, Bill and Carrie are having with the agency. So we are super excited about being a part of 2024, the Levinson Expo. I did it last year. Hopefully, see some of you again. And it was my first experience with the Expo. I really enjoyed it, and spending a lot of time with you all and learning what makes you tick and so forth. So, so today I had positioned this to Bill and Carrie. Actually, Bill, I apologize. I added another one because it's actually a case study that just came out that utilizes our survivorship product. So I was going to go through that just because there's some nuances that I think your agents will really appreciate when it comes to dealing with somebody that's uninsurable. But the first one I'm going to talk about is a strategy that I've been seeing well too often. I know we are, in an area of high interest rates right now, where especially on the annuity side, you're seeing a lot of movement with interest rates on, whether it's the fixed index annuity side or the fixed on the MYGAs and so forth. And you're not seeing so much of that movement in the UL space in terms of interest rates. And for carriers that have been in a prolonged low interest rate on the UL side, it's been, kind of a tough go around. And for you and your clients that may be in a fixed UL space, there might be some caution, just as, as your clients are getting older, that their coverage that they have with these carriers may not necessarily be available based on the amount of premium that they are continuing to contribute into the policy. So I have a little bit of a niche product that we would talk about with that, and then finally I'll touch on a sales idea using our survivorship IUL product. As Bill mentioned before, our flagship products are going to be on the IUL and the GUL space. But with this underperforming UL strategy, we actually have another UL product called Explore Plus that allows you to add a no lapse guarantee to it. And I felt like this is a great opportunity to kind of position it because a couple of things. One is we can go as low as $25,000 on that. And at that rate, the best rate class is a standard non-tobacco, but we do have our table shave program that is available. So on that, you'll be able to get a 3 tables to standard based off that. The reason I felt like I wanted to talk a little bit about this is even if you're meeting with your clients and you're reviewing their UL policies at this point, it may be at a point that it may have very little to no cash value in the contract, and you're having to make some decisions with the client in terms of, maybe we need to reduce the face amount. Well, if I reduce the face amount, how much is that going to pay? client going to have to pay in there? And in some cases, you may not be able to raise it as low as you really want it to go to make it affordable for the client to keep the policy and so forth. And so this is kind of where our idea of using our Explorer Plus with the NLG rider may be of an opportunity. So these are all going to be on, it's not on this presentation, but I'm actually going to be using some illustrations to kind of articulate that a little bit. So this particular one, and where I would say this would be a good fit for your clients, is people in their 50s up to age 70, where they're having a UL that's not going to make it in the next couple of years, and you're looking for some options in terms of how can we keep the policy in force or maybe redirect in some way. So with our Explorer Plus, as I mentioned before, we have the ability to add it's truly a current assumption UL product, but we have the ability that we can add an NLG rider on the contract so that the death benefit is guaranteed. And you can see here with a male 55 for $25,000, that the premium on this is $59.49. Now, all things considered, I know in terms of pricing and what is offered, we do require underwriting that needs to be done on this. But again, if they're a couple tables rated, they could potentially qualify for a table shade program. And I would say that our premiums are probably going to be somewhat in line with maybe some of your, guaranteed or simplified issue UL type carriers that you work with, even graded death benefit type products, that we may actually have some bandwidth or opportunity where we might be an actual fit for that type of business. Now, this is not showing no 1035 money coming in, but you would imagine if there is like maybe $1,000 or a couple $100 that may come over, that obviously it's going to bring that premium down a little bit in terms of it. But if you notice on this illustration, you're going to see that 25,000 is guaranteed all the way out to 120. But because it's got a 4.2% interest rate that's crediting into the contract, this thing's actually building up some pretty decent cash value that it could go well beyond $25,000 worth of death benefit based on the performance of the policy. So we feel this might be a really good way to start having conversations with your clients that have some underperforming ULs, that if there's no way to salvage those ULs, maybe looking at us from that perspective as a way to give them some coverage that is affordable to their budget, and knowing that it's with a quality mutual company like Columbus Life to do that. So the other thing I did is also showed this at age 55, but then I also did it at 70 and at age 70 for both $25,000 and $50,000. Now, the other thing that I didn't mention is with this product, you do get living benefits. So you do have access to the death benefit for living benefits purposes. So with all of our illustrations that we have available to our agents, you have this chart back here that will actually show what the client can actually use, whether if it's a critical illness issue or / specified medical condition, a chronic illness, or even for terminal. Again, as long as they are tables at no worse than a table C, it's going to shave to a standard rating, and you're getting the living benefits rider on that. And again, I don't know many carriers on the simplified issue, guaranteed issue front, or even the graded death benefit standpoint, that you're going to be able to get a better underwriting decision, as well as the ability to accelerate the death benefit to cover for chronic, critical, or terminal illness. So again, if the client has some money that's coming over from another policy, obviously that's going to help improve the premium being paid to this contract. But again, I know these are not, big hit type of deals, but I would assure you, and I've seen quite a bit of these in the last 5 or 6 years, there's a lot of clients out there that have underperforming ULs, and they're running out of options in terms of which direction they need to go, to a point that they want the coverage or some form of coverage, but the premium that's needed to support that is just not in their budget. And I think this is where we could be an opportunity for anyone that is looking into that. So as long as, yes, we got the Voyager, the guaranteed UL product, but I think our Explorer Plus is kind of like a needle in the haystack, something, the redheaded stepchild. Nobody really knows about it, but I think that there's some practicality, particularly in this spots for base amounts under $100,000, and you're looking for a way to rescue out of a underperforming UL product. So I'm going to jump into the next sales idea. And like I said, this was a surprise one, but this is one that just came up a couple of weeks ago. As a lot of you may know, we have a survivorship IUL product. It's called Expedition. And what's great about our survivorship IUL product is we have the ability that we can take somebody that is uninsurable, as long as whatever they have is not terminal, and the other person can be no worse than a table H with us. So that could be a really powerful situation to have a product like this, not only for husband and wives, but also business owners, where you may have somebody that for a buy-sell agreement. This is a great way to leverage another insured to actually get coverage, per se, to that uninsurable person. Well, I'm going to talk to you about a particular case study that I just worked with one of my agents that really, what I love about this industry is that we're allowed to kind of think outside of the box. These products are great tools. And a lot of times when you're just messing around them, you find some out of the box thinking that can really be an impact or benefit to the agents, and more importantly, their clients out there. So I'm going to give you a scenario in terms of this particular client. This is a client of an agent of ours. The names on the top there, that's not their real names. Those are fictitious names. So this particular situation, there was a female, age 52, who had stage 4 breast cancer and has been in remission for a year and a half. Based on the stage, the treatment that she got and everything like that, most carriers were a decline. They wouldn't want to revisit within, between 5 to 15 years because of her particular situation. She had already had to give up some of her life insurance policies to be able to take care of the cost that she needed to take care of, getting treatment and so forth. And so, we ran it by my underwriter. My underwriter was like, yeah, we're at, within 5 to 10 years, maybe she can reapply and so forth. But she felt like she really needed to get something in place. She's like, I want to provide $250,000 of death benefit to someone, to my children, if something were to happen to me. So we had to get a little bit creative in regards to that. And so I'm going to show you kind of two reasons why you should consider us when you're working with a client that is uninsurable. So what we did in this particular situation is we looked at her and her husband, and he was coming back at a preferred rating. So what we did is we solved for the premium that they need to pay into age 65 that would allow us to take out $250,000 at a life expectancy at age 70, looking at her from that perspective. So what we did is that amount was like $15,000 a year, paying it to age 65. Then at age 70, if she were to unfortunately pass away, that the client, that they had the ability to pull out $250,000 out of the contract, tax-free, that can be distributed to her children if something were to happen, because she really wanted to put something in place that would take care of them, and that if something, to provide for, whether it was starting buying a new house or helping them with some loans, that sort of stuff, that $250,000 was really going to do the trick for them. If you look at it from an IRR perspective, and I don't have that sheet and I can show that up there, I can send that out to you as well too, is based on that 15,000 a year up to age 65 and then pulling 250 out, the after-tax IRR on that was 4.33%. So if you look at it from a 30% tax bracket, putting that $15,000 in to pull that same amount of money out at age 70 was going to be north of 6%. And obviously, right now, 6% you can get now with annuity rates, but we're talking about 18 years down the road that client would have to make 6% per year return on their money to get them to that 250. So she really liked this idea in the fact that it's a way for her to be on the policy, but also leverage her husband to create an opportunity where if things were to play out that she would predecease him, that at least that there could be some tax-free money that could go to her children. And you'll notice that even with pulling that out, this policy actually stays in force. It stays all the way in force. I don't think I got all the rest of the illustration, but this goes all the way out to 120. So that for the husband, something happens to him, then the remaining death benefit would get paid out to the children as well too, or charity or whatever that may be. But he at least had that ability to do that. So again, thinking outside of the box, clients really like that, and knowing that you can find ways to get them what they need to get taken care of from that perspective. Now, the other side of this, which was an added benefit, and it's something that you keep in mind with survivorship IUL, is that we have a living benefit rider on our survivorship product. Now, with that, the only caveat is it's only available for the surviving spouse, or the surviving insured, excuse me. So if both insureds are living, that rider is not available. But if one passes away, the other one will have accessibility to that living benefit rider. So, and why I bring this up, and just saying this is just a what if, because again, life insurance is about planning for the what if. What if did the wife end up outliving the healthy husband? Okay, what if there was a chance that for some reason maybe the husband ended up accident, or he himself got cancer and it was really aggressive and he passed away? Anything possible that could really put that husband at jeopardy with his ability to stay around and so forth. Well, I don't know of any other carrier that allows this, but even though she is uninsurable, the living benefit rider is available to her as an uninsurable as the surviving insured on the contract. So now she can now use this policy now as a way to accelerate the death benefit if she has a specified medical condition, has chronic illness issues, or for terminal. Now, I have ran other carriers where somebody is uninsurable and the other one is preferred. They'll still get the terminal illness, but they will not allow the chronic illness if they have somebody that's uninsurable or highly rated on their survivorship. So that is another niche for us, is if you have an uninsurable on our survivorship product, and the other one, as long as they're no worse than a table H with us, we are going to put that rider on the survivorship product S, and theoretically, the uninsurable insured could have access to that living benefit rider if they outlive the first insured. So again, the client, the agent, they love this. There was the ability for them that, yes, we can't own a policy outright by you. That can change down the road, but we don't know how those things are what things are going to play out. But we can do this instead that gives you that ability to know that we can pass on something to your children if you do pass away first on a tax favorable basis by taking a loan against the policy values. But if you do outlive your husband, that you actually have the accessibility of accelerating the death benefit to cover for those other ailments that you may end up facing down the road, and still have a death benefit that's going to get paid out to her beneficiaries, which is with their children. So again, it's all about thinking outside of the box. I think these are things that our clients expect of us, and we obviously want to make sure that we put them in the best position possible to know that they are being taken care of if something happens. Because I wish everybody was in the best of health, but in this day and age, that's not the case. So we've got to plan accordingly, and we got to start thinking a little bit outside of the box about opportunities where we can position different products in different situations. So, and then one last thing, just to remind you, as Bill had touched on a little bit, is we launched a rapid issue IUL product back in March, and we're having a great deal of success with that product. We are currently achieving a 65% pass-through rate. So that means almost 7 out of 10 cases are going through our process without no exam, no lab work, no APSs. You can start out as between ages 18 to 50. You can go as low as 25,000 while applying for as much as $1 million in coverage. And for 51 to 60, as low as 25,000 up to $250,000 worth of coverage with our rapid issue product. And it's, like I said, it's a very easy process. If those that are already appointed with us through Levinson, there's actually a demo site on our website that you can actually test out the application process so that you get a feel for what that looks like for your clients. And then that's about it. So Bill, I am good. I don't know if maybe you want to open it up for questions based on these couple of items that we talked about.
Yeah, no, I think that would be great. Let me also ask you a quick question. That was a great presentation, by the way. But real fast, what would you say, just the top few bullets, ideas that Columbus offers to agents that will behoove agents to think Columbus versus your competition? What are some of the products, ideas where that you want to share with our agents, when they need to think you guys versus the competitors?
Yeah, no, great question. Yeah, very good question. Well, I mean, like you mentioned before, and I mentioned during the Table Shave program, I mean, there's not a lot of carriers that are in that space anymore. All of our permanent products, including our survivorship product, is eligible for the Table Shave program. As long as the client is not older than 70 years of age and the amount of coverage that they're applying for is no more than $1 million, that case will be eligible for it. You don't have to acknowledge anything. You don't have to check off anything. When we look at it, we're reviewing it, and if it falls in within our parameters, we will allow the client to participate in our Table Shave program for that. And I think it's really powerful. It really helps from a cost perspective to the client. The other thing that you touched on too, Bill, was and I wish we see more of it, but we don't. But external term exchange program is something that I wish we saw more of, because there is a lot of opportunity for agents and their clients to have these discussions about the client's options with their term policies. The only caveat is that the term can't be no older than 5 years old, and I believe the max age is 65. But if it's any A-rated carrier, and there are some other carriers that we would accept as well too, where that's where you need to start talking with your clients about, if they are want to convert, what are their options? And with us, our options is that all our UL products, our individual UL products, are eligible for this term exchange program. And I would just, a lot of carriers have done some changes as of late, where their conversion capabilities are very limited right now. This is a great opportunity to review those cases and be able to do that. I had this come up, a couple of weeks ago. As everybody knows, Ohio National is now August Star, and they've got a lot of term business that's on the books, and some agents have been exploring what can we convert to. And a lot of them have been considering doing the converting to their whole life. Well, they're not a mutual company anymore. So what options do you have now? So I've been really talking about that with identifying carriers where their conversion opportunities are less because they have pulled certain products, or they're just not competitive anymore with that. So again, the external term exchange program is a big one that I think we could see a lot more opportunity. And at the end of the day, we're an American-based mutual life insurance company. there is a lot of activity that's going on right now, and I know Bill is seeing this as well too, on the P&E side, where you got a lot of private equity firms that are buying into a lot of these insurance companies right now, more so on the annuity side, but it does trickle down into the life portion of their business as well too. And again, we don't answer to any the only shareholders we answer to is our policyholders. We are well capitalized as a company. Our surplus asset ratio is one of the largest out there, not only against stock companies, but also mutual companies. And you can sleep better at night knowing that you're with us. I use this term tongue in cheek, but I call ourselves the honest, boring company, because we're honest about what we do, and we're boring in the fact that you don't have to worry about the things that are what's going on with other carriers out there, that we're going to continue to do what makes sense for you and what ultimately makes sense for your clients. So again, those three things I think really encapsulates what Columbus is all about.
Yep. No, that's a great point. Great point. Okay, we have a few slides left. I want to make sure we get everyone out before 4 p.m. Eastern. So we did get a few other questions, but we're going to answer everything as we speak, and then we'll circle Jason back in the loop if needed. So let's jump right in. And once again, thank you, Jason, as always. Some great ideas there, great bullets. So we appreciate you sharing. I have a few things to mention that are extremely important, because at the end of the day, right, you have all these great products and great carriers, and financials are great, but you need people to talk to, right? And you need to make sure that you're getting your story out and opening new doors, right? Because you have the gift of gab, the best personality since sliced bread. And when you get a consumer on the phone, you're going to sell them. So we have a bunch of platforms, technology that we're going to share. Also, some new platforms that we are launching as we speak in January that you need to know about, because this will help you close more doors as well. What I want to show you right now on the screen is how to get started with Columbus. And here's the best part. If you are appointed now, not under Levinson, you can move over to us and take advantage of cash for contracting or leads for contracting. Very easy. Transfer over with your first paid app. You get the choice of cash or free leads. Done. We have all of this on our website. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to mention real fast is the external term conversion program. I know Jason touched on it, but I think it's extremely important, because Columbus has a ton of bells and whistles. And as you just heard, right, Columbus is a safe place, great financials, mutual company. Western and Southern is the parent, which is huge, as we spoke about in the beginning. But just real fast, I'm not going to go over this entire slide, but again, face amounts 100,000 to $1 million, issue ages 18 to 65, and the term policy has to have been sold within 5 years. So if you're interested in that, let us know. We also have that on our website as well. Now, this is another great slide, and things that you need to know to be dangerous, right? When you're in this industry, when you're moving from lead to lead, consumer to consumer, meeting to meeting, whatever it is, very important stuff here, because this will cause one of your competing agents to win over a client, okay, if you don't know enough to be dangerous. So if you want to take a picture of this, we'll also include this in our thank you email. But real fast, these are automatic risk upgrades for your clients and table shape reduction programs. So we figured to have everything in one place for you would simplify your world. So Columbus, again, 3 table shave, Lincoln, 3 table shave, and they have the risk class upgrade. And I don't know how long that's going to go on, but basically from standard to preferred on IUL. Allianz shaves off 2 tables now, okay, and they have the risk class upgrade from standard to best class. By the way, that's available on non-smoker and smoker, so take advantage, because again, I don't know how long that's going to last. On the bottom, Mutual of Omaha is the ability to shave off 2 tables by using their FIT underwriting test. And then I like this because most of the programs are only permanent products. With Mutual of Omaha, it's both. So that's a big deal. Nice niche there that you need to know. Let's keep moving forward. So again, now you have the best carriers and products, and you need to know how to get the word out. Okay. In the next couple slides, I am going to show you how to get the word out and give you some great ideas, strategies. I always say you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just change a few spokes, right? And I did exactly that. I'm going to show you what other agents are using today. So what I want to do first is just take a breather, okay, and make sure you have your notes or notes app out, whatever it is, because you're going to learn something right now. And here's what we're going to, and I had to take a drink of water, so excuse me, but real fast. The way you need to, and I don't care if you're an MDRT agent or you're working out of your third bedroom and living month to month, whatever it is, okay, I hope you're crushing it out there, but reality is some of you are, some of you aren't. And I've had the opportunity to meet most of our 23,000 agents in this country, okay, which is amazing. And what's crazy to me is, and I'm going to write a book. I promised myself, I wrote it down 100%. It's very important. What's my big question and what's crazy to me is when you look at the agents, because this is our job, we study this stuff daily. You look at the top agents making millions of dollars every year, okay? And then you talk to the agents that are living, month to month. And it doesn't mean you're a good person or a bad person, but it's important and interesting to me to figure out what makes the agents at the very top of the hill tick. What are they doing differently than the agents in the middle or the bottom? Okay. And what I find, and this is just nuts, me and Carrie talk about it all the time, the top agents, it's not that they're rocket scientists and they have an 8-year degree and they have an MBA from Harvard. And no, it's not that. The difference is, and you might think I'm crazy, but it's the truth. It's never about the education and about how long this person has been doing this. The ones that crush it are the ones that are consistent and persistent with their marketing, with their reach. If you notice this, and you can go on Facebook or Instagram and do a search on life insurance posts, and you'll see, right, who's getting all the attention, the comments, and the likes. And the ones that literally every day and every week and every month, they have a marketing plan. Okay. And they are out there with their own podcast. They are out there with their own YouTube channel. They are sending out a weekly newsletter or a monthly newsletter. Okay. They come up with creative ideas. And I'll give you an example. We have one agency that kills it every single year consistently, and they're younger guys. And they work, by the way, they've been working over the phone and virtual since I met them, way before COVID. Okay. They were so smart. They said, hey, you know what? We're going to create a niche company just for the medical field. Okay. And we're going to market to doctors and nurses and PAs. And we're going to not pretend, but our umbrella, our look, our cover, our story is going to be about helping the medical field. Okay. It's the same insurance products. It's the same carriers. It's the same concept. It's just a marketing spin. It's a strategy. That's it. And they crush it all over the country in every state in the United States. Still today, okay? They were clever. They were scrappy. So my point is, you can be the smartest person in the world, but maybe you can't sell to a family member or a neighbor, whatever it is. Or you could be, maybe right in the middle, right? Maybe you get it most of the time. Sometimes you don't. It's okay. But your marketing plan is 24/7 on fire. You always have a new idea, a new strategy. You're always posting something on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Your website is current. You have your own YouTube channel. You have your own podcast. You're interviewing, maybe other people in your community, maybe rabbis, priests, maybe CPAs, estate planning attorneys, right? You're helping them, helping yourself, and at the same time, building your network. So my challenge to you for 2024 is Make sure your social media pages are up and running and current. Make sure, start your YouTube channel. And you don't have to say to yourself, oh, I'm not 19 years old. I'm not so good with technology. You can start this with your iPhone and it's free. You can talk about IUL, talk about long-term care, talk about term insurance, and market to business owners. Okay, create a company just leveraged in marketing towards business owners and how you can help these people protect their business if something were to happen, buy sell plans. Okay, you need to get creative. So that's my challenge to you is I don't care what month or day it is of 2024. I hope you have a new strategy, a new marketing plan for that week or for that month, and you're getting the word out to the masses. Even if it's only 10 people to start, it's a start. Okay, and the 10 goes to 15 and then 100. And the reason why I know this works for a fact is because remember, we are an IMO. We are working with these top agents almost every day. Okay. And then the reason why I know as well, that's how we started. When I started 25 years ago, we had a few hundred agents. Today, there's 23,000. If it wasn't for the internet and social media and marketing and our podcast and our YouTube channel and getting creative, we would be still with 400 agents. Okay, if we're lucky. So anyway, I think you get the point here. That's the most important point in nugget. I hope you wrote it down. I hope you do it in 2024. Okay, so real fast, these are some of our lead programs. We'll include this in the thank you email. And let's keep going. This is all about business owners. And this is a huge, fantastic idea from Joe Ross, a friend of mine. He is one of the best life insurance coaches in the industry, bar none. Okay, so he just put together a platform. Now, we had a webinar with him about 2 months ago, and we now are launching his platform because he just finished the video. And it's very simple. It's all about business owners. We have a interactive slideshow that is a point of sale piece that allows you to sit down with the business owner and go over a presentation slide by slide and understand what keeps the business owner up at night. And then it has different breakout sessions depending on what that issue is. And this is all free, by the way. We have a new consumer approved video we can brand just for you. You can send out to these business owners. And again, it's about what keeps you up at night, which will tee up the appointment for you, literally. Okay. And this is all complimentary. We have a bunch of marketing material, okay, just based around this concept. And his challenge, and I spoke to Joe last week, he said, send the email on Monday, okay? Tell them in an email, you'll call on Thursday, see what they think about the ideas that you spoke about in the video, okay? And again, boom, slam dunk, you just got a new sale. And this can turn into a group policy, whatever it is, okay? This is huge, turnkey, and it's free. So we'll include details in the thank you email, but I'm telling you, this is one you need to check out. And then if you say to me, Bill, well, I don't know the names and numbers of the business owners in my community, or if you want to go state to state, we have ERISApedia, which does exactly that. So think about this for a second. You can put in your zip code, and ERISApedia will give you a list of all the business owners in your zip code. And then you can dial it down to how many employees they have, how they filed last year as far as taxes are concerned. What is their business strategy? All the above tells you what plans they have in place today. So you know exactly enough to be dangerous. So the business owner says, wow, this Bill Levinson guy, he really did his homework. That gets your foot in the door. So even if you don't use the software and you want to use Agency Automator to gather the business owner leads, names, numbers, emails, that's fine too. And that's basically free. Okay, so again, there's no excuse. We have a bunch of trainings that we put together, podcasts, webinars, all focused on business owners. I did one with Joe Ross, Mary Reed. Everything is available at no charge. But again, you got to jump in. You got to be scrappy. You got to do this stuff. And now you have a 4-day weekend coming up, right? Christmas. You have a 4-day weekend coming up for New Year's. No more excuses. Dedicate a half a day. Okay, get your feet wet. We're here to help you. okay? But you got to do the work. We got to provide the platform. You got to do the work and tell your story. That's it. Game over. I'm almost done, by the way. I know we're running late. I was ranting real fast. These are a couple of posts that I found because I wanted to show you how easy this is to get the word out, okay? No more excuses. And by the way, we're going to include these in our thank you email, but just look how simple. All I did was do a search on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram on top performing life insurance posts. The left one, it is my job to ask you about life insurance. Please don't make it my job to tell your family you don't have any. Hello? The right side, this one generated like 60 comments. Okay, that's 60 new leads, 5 reasons to buy life insurance young, just a few bullets. Okay, you know this stuff. Don't forget what separates the top MDRT agents, right, to the ones in the middle or towards the bottom. Okay, it's marketing. It's who's scrappy and who's not. Who's all action and who's all words. That's the bottom line. That's the differentiator. Let's keep moving along. These are two more posts I want to show you real fast. Left-hand side, top reasons for buying life insurance in the U.S. Now, here's what I would do, folks. You, right now in front of you, have 15 different ideas, new posts, new topics that you can literally do a 20-minute YouTube show or episode on, okay? Check it out. Left-hand side, income replacement, burial, final expense, wealth transfer, pay off a mortgage. These are all new ideas you need to get out there. Not new ideas to the industry, but new for you because you haven't been marketing consistently. On the right-hand side, I love this one. This was 3 shares, 48 likes. Okay, this is just someone's comment. An agent, one of our agents on Facebook. GoFundMe has become the go-to to provide life insurance. Do you know how your family will be taken care of if a family member or you were to pass away? This is just an eye opener. Hello, okay? Common sense. This created, again, 48 likes, 3 shares. Okay, you know what happens when someone shares your post. Now your audience sees it, and then their audience sees it, and then the third person that shared it, their audience sees it. That could be 3,000 eyeballs on your comments. Hello, you getting the point now? The message is clear? Okay, almost done. And I know I'm keeping you real fast. The podcast, bigger and better than ever. Check out Joe Ross, Mary Reed, where the arrow is. Those are great business owner strategy trainings and podcasts. And by the way, even if you don't feel comfortable going for the big fish, the big business owner, Mary can jump in with you and do most of the selling. Okay, you can just sit there and listen in on a Zoom call. Okay, no problem. Okay, next slide. These are our trainings every single week, and these are a few that we have upcoming. I want to mention real fast. If you're in the annuity space or want to be, you got to be on our Q4 Coach Chris training. He's one of the top consultants. That's next week. And then we have the new free Annuity 101 sales training platform. We have the part 2 version. We're rolling out the first week of the year on the 5th, and then on the bottom, Citizens Guaranteed Issue Life product. We're rolling out the first week of January. That's going to be a big one. And now I'm going to put a bow on this with our Positive Tuesday quote, which, by the way, you talk about proof in the pudding. Go back, look at any of our social media pages. I started Positive Tuesday 5 years ago. I have never missed a Tuesday, okay? Not one time. Our podcast, every month we have a new episode. I started about 8 years ago because of Gary Vaynerchuk. Never missed 1 month. Okay, not because I'm so great. Okay, no, but I know what it takes to make it out there. And it's about being persistent and consistent. If you do it for 2 weeks and you're done, you're never going to make it big. Okay, it's that simple. Every single day, I'm trying to find a different way to get better. Simple. Okay, it's not rocket science. Business and personal. Okay, got to include that part. Question of the day, we're giving away an Apple iWatch. I know I kept you 8 minutes over. I apologize, but this is a hell of a prize right in time for Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's, and everyone can use an Apple iWatch. Okay? By the way, these things are amazing. I don't have to sell or talk about this, but you know, okay, you know what they're worth, and I hope you walk away a winner right now because get your little fingers on the keyboard. I want you to answer first and correctly. My question is, You tell me on our new guaranteed issue product with Citizens, what's the minimum face amount and the maximum face amount? Two numbers: minimum face amount, death benefit, and maximum face amount or death benefit. Minimum and maximum. You get it right, you win. Andrew's going to tell me who was first and who was correct. Andrew, do we have a winner?
We do. It is Todd L. Todd L.
Todd L., congrats. The answer was $1,000 is the minimum, $30,000 is the max with Citizens Guaranteed Issue, which we're rolling out as an IMO on the first week of January. Keep your eyes peeled for the exact date and time. Let's go out there and make it happen. Enough of my ranting. Okay, now it's your turn. You have to keep your foot on the gas and put an action plan together for 2024. Do things different results. Have a great holiday season, and thank you again, everyone. Great selling.